Alright, hello everybody, this is Demon coming back for another round of Final Fantasy XIV. So, in the previous episode, arriving here in the trolley section of Almarang, trying to find some sort of way to reach the location where our Minfilia was able to speak through the Minfilia that was reborn in this realm. Unfortunately, we have no real easy way of getting there. We also are trying to find a way of defeating the Light Warden, but we don't know where the Light Warden is currently located in Almarang. So, trying to find the old Minfilia, using the new Minfilia so that she can get her powers, and we can find it and kill it. You know, do things like that. So let's go start this suspicious mine and go see what we can do. So, Wicked White, where did you come from? No, never mind that. You have no business here of that, I am sure. So you're gonna try to fight me, bro? Pretty bad when this guy puts up a better fight than some of them do. Some of the damn regular AI do. Alrighty, come on man, you're gonna die, except for Los. L. Except the L. Alrighty, so we beat the suspicious man in one-on-one combat. Interesting. Oh yeah, I did forget about that. Yeah, so we were trying to find a way to activate these towers. Fortunately, all the ones here seem to be unrepairable, and even then, we don't even know how to work it. So, we gotta go find professionals. From what we got told, there's always people here, so maybe the miners know. Wait on, Jay. They elected to take up arms against us, so the outcome was plain from the first. Not bit bad for them. No, you don't. That's smart. We won't let you. Actually, I don't know any of the other guy. Did he just run away like a bitch? I beat my guys, I guess. Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us? We're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. Do we honestly look like we need to steal? What, some rusted bits of iron? Don't be absurd, we're not here to rob you. We're trying to help you. Gandalf quote, and likely story, you look well. You don't look normal, that's for certain. Don't be aware, so you're clearly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come all this way out here is to strip the machinery for parts. Oh, Thoth, I have an idea. What if once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, went to follow her to world's end. On the journey, they met a sorcerer. Oh my god. Ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they turned up here somehow. I can only assume they're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that some serious conjecture, no, I suppose I am a bodyguard of a sort, but we have some rather larger concerns of fairy tale romances. Oh, I would fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. God damn it, Orion. Gods grant me strength. I may. We're actually searching for a means by which to travel to Nabotharang. We have been told that the trolley here might offer a solution. I realize that we haven't gone off to the best starts, but if you know anything about how we might get it working again. The trolley. The trolley. I should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. Both engineers in training. In fact, Jarek and Thoth at your service. Technically I'm a miner and he does repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working with a few other folks to get it up and running again. For yes, it's true that there's little need of transport these days. But there's no reason to assign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. The mere sight of it traveling down the track once again make hearts soar, mark my words. You'll hear no argument from us what progress have you made thus far. I don't know as much as you'd like, truth be told, aka nothing. If there's anything we can do to assist you, we could gather material to help you put pieces together. It's a sight more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you'd understand. He's the only one with full knowledge of the troll's operation. I suppose you could speak with him, if you like. What would issue? Very well, our options are limited. If Magnus can explain whatever it is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right. Looks like he'll be following us back to Twine then. A quest for a lost love. Perhaps that could have been me. Things were different. Think of it, Joy Orange always fond of these fairy tales. Am I the only one very questioning the fact that, yeah, in a different story, yes, but the fact that Thancred is here probably revolves into a resounding no. That poor bastard would probably get shot. Or cut in half. Both. Both. Yeah, both. Dost thou seek the sword of wisdom, young one? Ageless sorcerer. How old are you now, Orion? Well, I'm ageless. Doesn't matter. How old are you? To be honest, I'm impressed that you thought of Charlie to begin with. So few seem to these days. Too used to living without it, I suppose. Ready? We can leave right now. Though, you haven't seen another fellow around here, have you? I thought he'd come up by now. I kicked his ass. Oh, you think he'll be alright? That's, well, I suppose we did force your hand a bit. I'll just have a look just in case you're gone. That. Alright, looks like you just... I love English. Alright, looks like it'll just be you lot and me then. Try not to let anything take a bite out of you on the way out of the rail yard. I'll catch up with you in Twine. Actually, where did I kick that guy? I wonder if he's still over there. First, if it was me and I got my ass kicked, I'd probably just go get a freaking cup of coffee. That or a heavy drink and just go in that damn freaking tavern. Nobody judge me. It's 7:21 and I'm drinking coffee. I had to wake myself up for this, okay? I was desperate. Damn, that's why we had this up so hard. It feels like just a fortnight. Oh, you damn bird creature! I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you like you killed the freaking where the hell that freaking terror bird is. I swear to God. Another species on a stink if you're a giant freaking chicken and we eat you. Smart, you had thumped me so hard, I'll be feeling that for the next fortnight at least. What have we done about now, though? I pointed your over-eager command in the right direction. Gone on ahead, so we need to get moving. Normally we walk off the tracks, but seeing as the young lady has a much shorter stride, it's more perilous a route than I'm more comfortable suggesting. I don't want anyone falling through the gaps. Of course, the low road presents odds and dangers, but having been on the receiving end of your friend's blows, I'm not worried on that count. Yeah, thank you for going to kill you before you fell in between the tracks. Oh, that would hurt. I didn't land at forehead first. At that point, I guess it just depends on how thick your head is. I never did figure that out. I actually am quite curious. I wonder if everybody has the same thickness for skulls. It actually makes me really curious now. Some people get, like, really knocked on the head. They're perfectly fine. Other people get knocked on the head, they die. Wait a moment. I think I hear something. Oh, that's something, alright. Run. Run from what? Dingoes. No, it's not a dingo, it's a coyote. I don't give a damn. That dingo. Now it's a dead dingo. Oh, God. I'm actually surprised I had time today to record. Got a little bit of free time, said what the hell, might as well do 1 or 2 episodes and quit. Still waiting for Red to get on. I know Mythic's playing some Wunderbar Skyrim. I don't know why the hell he's always playing Skyrim. After getting his PC, that was the first thing he sat there and said he was going to do. He's like, I'm going to go play Skyrim. It's just like, you're about to go through hell, bro. I remember that drive. I still have an itch to play Skyrim every now and again. It's really fun modded. It's just like texture mods, everything just compounds that game into something that's like unreal. Mind you, still a broken utter mess. But a really good functioning freaking pile of crap. Sorry about that. I'll admit I didn't expect to go so fraught with danger. Well, we're nearly to Twine though, so we should make it without further incident. But yeah, I remember I modded the hell out of the game. And it took me forever to figure out how to do it. Because after I finally did go down and buy the game, it took me a bit to understand how the modding works. I know originally I was doing Mod Manager. Not originally. I was using whatever Nexus's mod manager was before they switched to Vortex. And I can't figure out how Vortex works, so I get pissed off and never tried it. But I did figure out how Mod Manager 2 works, and it's been a... Oh my god, is it a blessing. It is so easy to work with. Oh, to find a place like this still occupied, it must have become dangerously close to being consumed by the flood. The town is small, but everything in it seems so purposeful. It's amazing. Good. Testament to man's results, a civilization may yet be found at the very edge of the world. This is it. Welcome to Twine. The original dwellings were built to house those laborers tasked with building the track. Over time, miners came to seek their fortunes, and that's what made the town grow to what you see before you today. But it was still the trolley that brought them here. Leave the gigatender alone. That's my Matt Green's friend. Wait, what? It's not English. As you've doubtless noticed, Draco's a very heart of town. It was the heart of the town back when the trolley still carried one home at the end of each hard day in the mines. Now there is no trolley, or much work to be had in the mines. For that matter, the only residents that remain are the destitute, the delusional, and those who have nowhere else to go, or so they say. And that should give you some indication of what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you understand why we can't get that trolley running. Just don't expect too much aside from that. Let's see, it's encouraging, but I don't see where we have much choice. Let's go meet the man. Oh god. Yeah, but that game is something else being modded. I just love it, man. Very fun game. It's Magnus, he's our boss of a fashion. He seems like a drunk. He seems really drunk. Wow. Really drunk. Looks pissed too. Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the three of you in my life. Oh, the four of you. Wicked White, if you're going to bother me, at least have the damn courtesy to stand still. He thinks this one is deep in his cups. Yeah. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Naboth-Harang, so they came to ask about the trolley you see. What? There's nothing in Naboth-Harang, not anymore. Especially not the frail little girls. Give it up. No, we must reach Naboth-Harang. I must. So you have your heart set on it. The world doesn't care. The place is a ruin, nothing more. And you're not getting there in the trolley. The thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's a necessity to drive us to Naboth-Harang. If you insist that the trolley's not an option, at least tell us why. No, I'm sick of people asking me the blasted thing. Leave me be. We'll speak outside. Piss off. Bite my shiny metal ass. Why did somebody name themselves Fairy? Oh my god, no. No. Right, if I said I didn't expect that, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry. No, you're not. Stubborn ass. Except there's more of those blood drunk in his tail. Yeah, we gave you that idea. He said only that because he thinks I'm weak, and he's right, but I can't be. I won't be forever. Win the Matt Green train. What the hell is that even in English? There has to be some way. I must find it. Oh, sorry, I was stuck in my own head again. It's clear that Magnus has no intention of helping us, but perhaps we should ask the other residents. They may see may know something of the trolley. Take the north side of town, let me know if you learn anything. Thancred, art thou truly content to stay a witness to fate's course and take no part? It doesn't matter of fate or Eorzea, it's about choice, and I've had years to decide where I stand. Philia has spent too long in chains already. I'll not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It is for her to choose what shapes her destiny will take. It's for me to stay silent, to protect her, teach her, and stand by her. Then, at least I can do for her. So be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. I love making inquiries. Makes me feel special. Like Jesus is angry at you, but you don't know what he wants. What the fuck am I talking about? I think till I reach that stage of tired. Just utter like mental exhaustion. Oh, there you are. Be pleased to know that I got a friend home with no trouble. He's just fine. He's a bit shaken is all. And you, what did Magnus have to say? He told us to piss off, in his own words. Oh god. As I did have a faint hope that he might prompt him to action where our interest has not. But I suppose that was foolish of me. Sorry that we couldn't be of help, though. I could at least show you the trolley car we have here. If you like, you could give it a stroke or two. It has some very No. You say you're not giving up. Ever even knowing that Magnus is... Magnus? I don't see much point in your being stubborn about it, though perhaps stubbornness is exactly what the situation calls for. Can't forge iron without an anvil, after all. I can imagine anything you try will work, but if you're certain you can't help me make preparation event that it does. To that end, take the toolbox, we're going to inspect the rails. I would look along the tracks for anything that is in need of repair. You bring the tools and be ready to hand them to me whenever I stop to work. How about no? Oh yeah, is my armor damaged? Oh. Yeah. How do you repair? Oh, I can't repair here, can I? Oh. I almost said it. Yeah, I've been actually playing off screen a little bit. You can clearly see I'm trying to get these points up. Actually, wait a minute. How do you get these points? Wait a minute, wait a minute. 20. What is the highest one? Main scenario. So you get 50. That one get 50. Okay, yeah, that one's fine. So I was trying to see which one gave me the most points. I'm trying to get those points up to buy different armors. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna use a bit of work. Can you rent me tools for me? Yes. Oh. You have the box feeling proud array of lovingly maintained tools within. Brilliant. Now, if you can hand me what I need to work, that would be great. In this case, well, this bolt is for 1 mana. We can't have that. I'll need to tighten it. A vicious-looking saw, a mid-sized wrench, a ragged cloth. Okay, for anybody who's ever worked with tools, you simply need to have some common sense. Even a tiny bit of knowledge of understanding different things will keep you clear. He needs to tighten a bolt. What are you gonna use? A vicious-looking saw, because somebody thinks that's always a good idea. A wrench, because yes. And a ragged cloth, because that's obviously gonna do something. Give him the damn wrench. I swear to God, I want somebody to give me a non-edited. I actually didn't know. I picked the saw or cloth because they didn't understand what a wrench was. Now I think about it, I bet somebody actually did that. Oh, it gives me a headache. Thank you, this one will do nicely. Now give me some moment or two. I can almost guarantee you somebody didn't know what a wrench was and they probably picked the cloth. Yeah, I don't see any other problems here, so let's continue along the track. Like, I don't remember every single name for every single tool ever created by man. But I at least have enough common sense to know wrench is tight, wrench tight, saw cut, cloth dab. Because you're gonna use it to dab your forehead. Or dab on a person that's pissing you off. I'm about to find a post. Ready tools for me? Yes. Sit down, toolbox. Muscle yarns enjoying profound relief, and once it is open again. Quite handy to have around, you know. It's a big ass toolbox. I feel sorry for my character. There's a lamp here. They are often necessary these days, but if we're going to do this, we might as well do it properly. If by some miracle the night returns, as it did in Lakeland, well, it's a nice thought. Anyhow, a bit of this post seems to have splintered. Whether its lamp is to be lit or not, we wouldn't want these little piece of wood jabbing the next person. Who comes through here to do maintenance. I'll need this sanded down a bit. So again, for those trying to figure out what you would use to get rid of splinters, a bulky saw, again, cut. Maybe you think, that sounds like it's a possibility, because then you could kind of like shave it down. Problem is, it's a bulky saw, and it's a pain in the ass. A heavy hammer, I guess you just beat the crap out of it. I bet somebody read the word a rough file, and they probably were like, what's a file? I think I'd use the saw. Use a file, for Christ's sakes. Somebody I know picked it and they were irritating me. It gives me a stroke when I think about that. Yeah, so wood file's perfect. Now let me even this out. Superb. Simple tool. Can file down. That should do it. I'll bring some varnish along next time to finish the job. That's about any other problems, so we can move along now. Unless you'd like to take a view of the tracks from here a bit longer. It's breathtaking, I know. Mining has always been the primary vocation of folks in the Hills of Amber, you see. But after a certain point, they had dug up everything that could easily be reached and carried back by manpower alone. It was then that the Seventh Empire struck upon the idea of the Talos, which they had seen at work abroad. At great expense, the Naboth brought the Mistal engineers who specialized in Talos here to the hills. And wouldn't you know it, the mining industry picked up right again. Twine itself sprung up around that time, as a matter of fact. It was named after the entwining of tales, fruitful cooperation between the native Ronzo and the newly come Mistal. But that, like so much else, fell apart in the wake of the flood. Mistal left, taking their knowledge with them. It's 15 years ago that the last of them, the folks from Daedalus Stoneworks, took off for Yulmore. And now no one remains that can repair and operate the Talos. There's no use in lamenting what can't be changed, and there's one more thing we need to do while we're out here, so we might as well get to it. Vultures occasionally make up their nests on the tracks, you see, and it falls to us to remove them when they do. The creatures are angry when disturbed, which is natural, but nevertheless a danger to anyone passing by. Not my favorite task, to be honest with you. As you may have noticed, I'm not terribly suited to confrontation. That said, would you follow the tracks north and remove any nests you find for me? Keep an eye on things from here. Ah, so there was a company here full of Mistals, and they all left. Doesn't surprise me. A lot of them probably ran to Yulmore because they probably thought of safety and peace and living out their lives and not having to do anything. Welcome to America. I can't say much. I'm a little bastard too. If I choose between freedom and nothing, I just read it now. Not necessarily. I like running my mouth. That's probably what would end up getting me in trouble. That's why I keep myself kind of subdued when I'm recording, or even when I was streaming. I tried my best. I was still a smartass. Still did pretty good. Town of Salem was probably the most untamed I got. Now, if you were to get me Chungus, aka Purple Tube, Wing, JKR, and all of us playing an Among Us round, the gloves are parted, and I would go out. That's just because we're all preordained to piss each other off. It's like when JKR accused me the one time of screwing him over whenever I was dead. You told them who I was. No, I didn't. He's just, yeah, you did. I was like, you're such a dick. I'm just like, I was in freaking death chat just screaming Annie and a bunch of other stuff because I was like, pretending to be Jar Jar for fucking Star Wars. And as you clearly see, that's me, like, that's me at my most open. I'm dropping F-bombs on nothing. I just remember doing that. That was great. That was a fun game for me. I died early on, but I was actually one of the first ones to die during the night, and I just had fun and screwed around with it. The best way to describe it is watch Robot Chicken. See the thing with Star Wars episodes, and when you sit there and see Jar Jar come back and starts bugging Darth Vader, and Darth Vader uses the ship's well, it pretty much spaces him, just chugs him out the freaking airlock. And then he comes back as a freaking one of the ghost things and just starts bugging him again. That's me. Thank you. That should be everything taken care of. Turn for your help. I'll tell you a bit more about the trolley. Nothing to get it started again, though. As I said, the only people who knew how to repair the talus are long gone. They let the life began to bleed out of the town. The trolley's tracks rusted, its cars fell into disrepair. Now I was born a Twine, raised there. My first word was trolley, damn it. Those were the worst years of my life. Then, at about 7 years past, Magnus' wife returned to us. Magnus is a real, proper trolley engineer. Perhaps he will never have left in the first place if it had been for his son. As well aware, Almarang is hardly the safest place, and Magnus wanted his child to grow up away from its dangers. Didn't help in the end. The seniors got the boy. Isn't that always the way? The child has always said that someday he wanted to see Magnus' trolley running again, so in his memory, they returned to Twine. Started fixing those rusted nails and broken cars, and it was going well for a time. Wicked white vultures, are they back for revenge? Never mind, I don't want to find out. That's why I said this place is actually pretty cool. The only thing that I can describe this, like how they have these trolleys, is like, imagine like an old railway company and they have like one of these old locomotives. Nobody knows how to get it to work, but you and like a group of buddies are just like there. We're just like, we're gonna fix this damn thing and we're gonna have some fun with this bitch. Now, mind you, local, state, federal, and the feds are probably gonna be a little pissy about it, but you will have the time of your life. That's the locomotive blows up. Man, still time of your life. Nice work out there. And now you know this full story of the trolley. Won't do much good without the talus, though. If there was even a single one that still functioned, things might be different. But, well, here we are. Oh, they'll do any good, but we do have a talus we've been meaning to repair. I can show you if you'd like. It'd certainly be nice to hear something other than Magnus griping for a change. I know exactly what you're referring to. And the map tells you where it is too. See, this is the best looking talus that they got. Thou art come to examine the talus? Looks like someone's already beat us here, but please, look as much as you'd like. Truly a most vexing state of affairs. I thought mayhap a closer examination might yield something of value. I see, the means to build talus by stone are lost to us, 'tis true, but here before us slumbers a most fine specimen. Indeed, were it not for a few minor failings, it would be in working condition. 'Twas likely require naught but a few modest repairs and a suffusion of ether. I think you can get the thing up and running, far be it from me to stop you, but what exactly do you reckon is the problem? Stress I have performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me, as I did suspect from the first, as those to a network of veins through which ether floweth freely. Well, so it would, were not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How the hell did you get all that from just a glance? I take it you've thought up a solution as well, then. Well, the bridge spheres require the material highly conducted to ether. Once in place, I believe it will be possible to restore the talus to life. Might it prevail upon thee to acquire that which we require? Not far beyond the walls of Twine dwells the creature of living stone, the Dibbitage. Full sure am I that stone from which a being would prove most suitable to our needs. Yeah, I'm gonna go kick its ass. Very well, should have thanked Ophelia attend me in the remaining preparations. I spy but 3 obstructions to the flow of ether in the talus, and thus would I require 3 stones of Dibbitage, or else would be made ready upon thy return. So it just fell into disrepair. Nobody had been able to repair it because everybody lacks the simple knowledge and knowing what to actually fix their minor problems. Anybody's wondering what a Dibbitage is? It's these stupid things. Rock people. Damn golem. No, it's not a golem. It's a word. Golem. I don't remember. Die, bitch. Oh, there's 2 more. Good, right nearby. I'm actually not going to waste my good ability. Save that for the last one. Here, little bitch. Alrighty. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and this. Good boy. Target down, target down. I'm telling you, that's why I saved that ability. I knew it would come in handy. I know things. Intelligente. Woo! Alrighty, we got our parts. Wish we had a mage like him around sooner. As you might imagine, we've had trouble convincing people to come here to help. They either refuse outright or demand payment far beyond anything we can hope to afford. That's why we've made such little progress around Talos. We've poured over every scrap of paper left behind by the tasteless stoneworks, hoping we might learn how it's done. But it just isn't enough. That's good coffee. Anchor and affiliate returning along with the remaining supplies we require. This sounds the seed of procuring stones from the Nether Ditch. Yes, we have 3 eyes. 3 eyes of Sauron. Fine specimens, one and all. You have my thanks. We need now but wait for Thancred and Mephilia return. Ren and the path by which either may flow to Talos have been duly mended. They require but a sufficient endowment. It's not moving. Strange. Score refuses to stir. I fear the condition of this Talos is more dire than I previously surmised. As a heart driveth blood through a man's veins, so doth the core ethos throughout this massive frame. Falling into failing repair or replacement, the Talos cannot be restored. So it was the heart after all. Thou did foresee this outcome? No, not exactly. Never gotten this far and tried to repair it, so we had no way of knowing the heart was the real problem. We tried to find another, in case things turned out as they are now, but... Jarek? This isn't really my story to share. Please, Jarek, if something went wrong, please. Maybe we can help. Alright. After all you lot have done for me, I suppose it's the least I can do. Alright, what could be so terrible you want to keep it from us? Can only imagine, Thancred. I hope Jarek doesn't get in trouble for telling us what happened. I want to call him Jarek, but I just feel like Jarek makes more sense. Though the Talos yet once for beating hard, it appeared the own effort would not, were for naught. Jarek may come to regret his decision. Right then, the Talos. Their hearts cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special soil with sufficient ethereal conductivity. Both it and the other materials used in the construction of Talos bodies are mined in the same place. That place, of course, being here, the Hills of Amber. It was 3 years ago when she... No, I can't, I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear from Thav or someone else. Right back to the tavern then. Going back to the tavern, we get... Oh my god, there's a lot of players here. Still here, eh? Can ask again, but they have to say our trolleys are... Oh, god damn it, Jarek. Could have at least finished so I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. Seeing how you made such quick progress fixing that Talos and all, you probably think you can help change things around here. I think you might be right. Gather your friends and I'll tell you what what you want to know. Sappy game music.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was. When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, Most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed. We labored day and night to clear away the rubble, but it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
What were their names?
My son was named Scully. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabarth Areng.
What rubbish.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. we can still bring her back.
I feel like she tries to make it seem like he wants nothing to do with her. But that kid actually doesn't give a damn. If not for those damn towels, Zhed. Not sure what more we can do for you, I truly do, but after Agnes' accident, no one is allowed near those mines. Why does he always treat me like this? Full well do I know the pain of loss and how heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Nevertheless, there is one way forward. We must needs procure a new heart for the Talos. Staff knows now any location where we might find the stone we require, but I'll scant the possibility we would seize it. Told you near all the veins were tapped dry years ago, though I suppose, if you really want to try, you may find something at Nuvi's leavings. It's opened well before Talos became commonplace, which is why the mining there was never quite as deep. When you get there, look for Goose John. Tell him I sent you, but don't fret if he doesn't tell you a damn thing. Thine assistance is most appreciated. I think it's best Anchor to join thee in this search. How he would be quick to deny it, but his heart is in turmoil, and his thoughts clouded. It would be unwise to ignore his distress. True enough. Alrighty. How far in are we in this? You know what? I have a theory. So, what I'm gonna do this. Fly. We're gonna fly out a little bit, get some distance, then we're gonna end the episode, because I actually gotta end it. We're well over the 30-minute marker. Just fly right, yeah. Good enough for me. Alrighty, everybody, that gets us far enough away. Hopefully everybody leaves us the hell alone over here. But, as I said, we have to end the episode at some point. This is our ending. So, with that, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Come back, ladies and gents. We'll head back into town, talk to Thancred, and see what the next mission is for us. Hopefully, it's finding this Talos heart, getting the trolley finally fully operational, just like the Death Star, and then we'll blow it up. Neat. So, see you guys next time. Thanks.